Hello, children. How are you all? I wish you all are fit, safe, and healthy at your home. So, I am Navdeep Sharma, PRT from KV number 1, Sagar. Today, we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 7, Experiments with Water of our EVS book. Children, in the last chapter, we had learned about various concepts about water. So, in this chapter, as the name suggests, experiments. So, we are going to do some experiments with water. We are going to do experiments with water. Got it? So, water. As we all know that water is very essential for the survival of all the living beings. So, the first point is water is the basic need of all living beings. And in the previous video, we have learnt that this is the surface of earth and its 70% area is totally covered by water. Because most surface is covered by water, that's why our planet Earth appears to be blue from the space. Because it appears blue, that's why Earth is also called a blue planet. Got it? And last but not least, what is chemical formula? In the higher classes, you will study that the chemical formula of water is H2O. H2O means water. Got it? So, come, we have to do some experiments with water. Children, our first experiment is of sinking and floating objects. So, let's see which things floats on water and which things sinks in water. Floats means पानी के ऊपर तैरना and sinks पानी में डूब जाना. So in this chapter we will study that which things floats and which things sinks in water. All right, children, here is a container more than half filled with water. Now I am going to put something on it. So let's see which things float and which things sink. Here is a video. Children, this is a container, as you can see in this video, more than half filled with water. Now, in this video, see, this is a piece of cloth, and when I put it in water, it floats. A piece of cloth floats on the water. Now, this is a coin. When I put a coin inside, it sinks. It sinks to the bottom. Next, this is a piece of wood, a pencil made of wood. When we put in it, it floats. Pencil floats on water. Now, this is a plastic spoon. When I put on it, it floats. Plastic spoon floats. This is a steel spoon and it sinks. Steel spoon sinks in water. Now, this is a comb. and it also sings. It also sings. Now, here is the pebble. When I put inside the water, you can see it also sings. It also sings in water. Now, this is a matchstick. When I put inside the water, it floats. This is an empty matchbox. When I put in the water, it floats. Empty matchstick box floats on water. Children, here is a tomato. When we put in the water, it floats on the water. It floats. Here is a small pin, hairpin. Let's see. Wow, it sinks to the bottom. It sinks to the bottom of the water. Now, here is a small needle, very small needle, and let's see. Oh, it also sinks. A very small needle sinks in water. Here is a plastic bowl. It floats on the water. Now let's take a steel bowl that is much heavier than this plastic bowl. Let's see. Amazing! It floats on the water. Here is a steel plate. This steel plate also floats on water. Now we take this plastic plate and this plastic plate also floating on the water, as you can see. So children, you may be wondering that many things are floating on the water and many things sink in the water. Do you? Do you wondering? So, now let me show you one more experiment. That is an empty bottle versus water filled bottle. Now in the first video you can see here is an empty bottle, nothing inside but air, and this starts floating on water. This empty bottle starts floating on water, and now in this video here is a bottle fully filled with water, and when we put inside the water it sinks. This bottle sinks to the bottom. Here you can see the empty bottle floats on the water, but the water bottle fully filled with water that sinks in the water. So, after watching these experiments, you may be wondering that why something float on water and why certain things sink. So children, generally if I ask from you which things floats on water, then you all reply that the things that are lighter than water that floats on water, and the things which are heavier that sink in water. So children, here is a poem based on this confusion. The name of the poem is Why, Oh Why? This is written by Shishir Shobhan Asthana in December 1985 in the Champak magazine. And this poem is translated by Anuma Lal. So let's read this poem. A wooden boat in water will float, but a needle will sink. Why does this happen? Let me think. Why? Oh, why? An iron ship will also float, though it's much heavier than my boat. But a needle, light as a leaf, thin as a pin, will sink right in. Why does this happen? Let me think. Why? Oh, why? So this poem creates a type of confusion that why do such a big ships float on the water? Why do ships float but a very small needle, sinks inside the water? Why do such a heavier thing floats and a very lighter thing sinks in the water? Also, we have learned that a small coin that also sinks to the bottom. So children, now I will show you something. Here is a container, as you can see. So here a container, and if you put a soap cake inside the water, the soap cake sinks in the water. The soap cake sinks to the bottom, it sinks in the water. And here is the steel plate, and as we have learned that the steel plate floats on water. Got it? But if but if you place a soap cake inside a steel plate and if you place it on the water, it floats. It floats. You may be wondering that the soap cake sinks in the water, but the same soap case, when we place it in the steel bowl, it starts floating. How? How this happen? That how this steel bowl starts floating on the water, and you also wonder after saying this that a soap cake sinks to the bottom when it put inside the water, but the same soap cake, when we place it in the steel bowl, it starts floating. Do you wonder? Yes or no? Children, the reason is not that if the thing is heavy, it sinks, but if a thing is light, it floats. This is not the reason, but the reason is much different. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Now, children, you can see a katori in this video. This katori is full of water. Water is occupying the whole space inside the katori. And children, if I put this tomato inside the water, then some water jumps out. You can see some water jumps out. Means the water displaces. Water jumps out means water displaces. So this displaced water is because The tomato takes its space inside the katori and the water doesn't have space and it gets displaced. Displaced means it moves out. So this water that jumps out, that is called the displaced water. Got it? So children, you can see in the video, when you put a tomato inside the katori full of water, some water jumps out and this water is called, jumping water is called displaced water. Got it? Now I explain to you is that if the weight of the object, here object is tomato, if the weight of the object is less than the weight of this displaced water, this is the displaced water and this is a displaced water, this is object. If the weight of this object is less than the weight of this displaced water, then the object starts floating. Object starts floating on water. But at the same time, if the weight of the object is higher than, is greater than the weight of the displaced water, if the weight of this tomato is higher than the weight of this, then it starts sinking. Got it? So this is the concept of displaced water. Hope you all understands it well. Children, you have seen that the soap cake sinks in the water, but the same soap cake, when we place it in the steel bowl, it starts floating on the water. So now you can understand that here weight of the water displaced is lesser than the weight of the soap. That's why soap starts sinking in the water. But at the same time, when you place the soap cake inside a steel plate and place it on the water, then the weight of this thing, then the weight of this steel plate along with the soap is less than the water, is less than the weight of the water displaced. That's why it starts floating. Got it? So children, always remember that when this weight of this object is less than the weight of this displaced water, then the object floats. But at the same case, if the weight of this object is higher than the weight of this water, then the object starts sinking. Got it? So children, I hope this is quite clear to all of you. Alright. So now let me take you for another experiment. That is, let us see how the water in sea, that is salty water, affects sinking and floating. So let us see this video first. Ready? So now So children, in this video you have seen that when you put an egg inside the water, when you put an egg inside the water, the egg starts sinking to the bottom. But at the same time, when you add some salt in the water, then after adding the salt in the water, this water becomes salty water, and the salty water become much heavier than the normal water, and in this salty wet water, the egg starts floating. Got it? It has come to the surface of water. Now children, why this has happened? Why? Let us think. So children, because in the plain water, when we put egg inside the water, the weight of the egg is heavier than the water displaced. The weight of the egg is heavier than the weight of the water displaced. That's why the egg starts sinking. But when we add a salt in the water, then the water becomes salty and the weight of the egg becomes lighter than the weight of the displaced water. Because the weight of the egg in the salty water is less, that's why the egg starts floating on the water and it rises up to the top and it starts floating. Got it? Now children, you can see here some pictures of Dead Sea. We have many oceans, seas, and all we know that seas have salty water, but the saltiest of all is Dead Sea. Dead Sea is the most saltiest sea. In this water, in the water of this Dead Sea, here is 30 gram of salt is present in 1 liter water. In a 1 liter water, here is 30 gram of salt. So you can imagine how salty it is. Isn't it? Now, because in the previous video of the egg, as we know that in the saltiest water the object starts floating. Now, because this Dead Sea is the most saltiest sea, so that's why all the things starts floating on the water of Dead Sea. So children, it's interesting now. It's very amazing that if you go to the Dead Sea and wants to swimming, and then you can float on the water of Dead Sea, you will not drown in the sea. Get it? So in the Dead Sea, because the water is salty, that's why the thing starts floating on the water. Got it? Now let us discuss more about water. Let us discuss the 3 states of water. 3 states of water. These 3 states are solid, liquid and gaseous state. So solid form is the ice form. Solid is ice form. Liquid form is water that we drink, and the third form is gas or the steam or the water vapors. So we came to know about the 3 states of water, and children, we are very fortunate that water which is available all around exists in all the 3 states of water. It's depending on the climatic condition available to it. Got it? So now if we keep water in the fridge to freeze, it gets converted into solid form. So you can see here, when you keep water in the fridge, the water converts into ice, that is the solid form of water. But when we take out the ice from the fridge and slowly it melts and gets converted into water. That is the liquid form of water. And at the same time, when we put that water and keep in a pan, when we put that water in a pan and keep it on the gas stove, slowly it will convert into steam or water vapors, and we will suspend in the atmosphere. So we can see all the three states of water, three states of matter. Now children, let us know how much you got. So ready? So now tell me, you have to state whether this statement is true or false. The statement is, more amount of salt in water will make things float. More amount of salt in water will make things float. Is it true or false? Think. Good. It's a true statement that the more amount of salt in water will make things floating on the water. My second question is, the quantity of salt dissolved per liter of water in the Dead Sea is? You have to tell me the quantity of salt dissolved per liter of water in Dead Sea. You have four options. It's 300, 400 gram, 500 or 600 gram. Quantity of salt in 1 liter of water of Dead Sea. Think. Good. It's 300 grams. That in a 1 liter water, here is 300 grams salt present in the water of Dead Sea. My third question is, write three states of water. Now children, you have to write three states of water. Think, which are these states? Good. So the first state is solid state, second one is liquid state, and third is gaseous state. These are the three states of water: ice in solid, water in liquid form, and steam or water vapors in gaseous form. Got it? So children, this is all about the first part. We will continue the remaining part in the next video. So keep learning. Thank you. Thank you so much.